This is an excerpt from Song of Sovereign by Michael L. Harris. The Burrito Incident. About a month after we got back from Hawaii, whatever restraint still existed between us was gone. The flight home had been a fracture, not a flare-up. Things didn't calm down afterward. They sharpened. The arguments came faster. The reactions harder. The margin for error disappeared. We were no longer fighting about anything specific. We were colliding. By the time it happened, there was nothing cinematic left about our fights. No build-up, no arc, no warning. Just ignition. Friday nights were usually takeout nights, routine masquerading as normalcy. We ordered from the same small Mexican place we always did, close enough to walk to, reliable enough to require no conversation. The kind of place where the food comes folded into wax paper, and the bag always contains the same 4 plastic salsa cups, 2 red, 2 green. Vanessa hated the green. Every order came with instructions, delivered with precision, like a briefing.
Extra red sauce, no green. Do not give me green.
So when I opened the bag and saw the same distribution we always got, nothing about it registered as remarkable. I set the containers down, unwrapped my burrito, and reached for one of the red cups. I wasn't making a point. I was hungry. She noticed immediately. She stared at the containers like they'd personally betrayed her, then grabbed her phone and called the restaurant on speaker. Her posture straightened. Her voice shifted. Polite, clipped, artificially calm. Full "may I speak to your manager" energy.
We received no red sauces. None. 0. I asked specifically for extra red. This is unacceptable.
I watched her say it while 2 untouched red cups sat between us. She was still on the phone when I tipped the red container and started pouring it onto my burrito. She paused mid-call, eyes snapping to me.
What the fuck are you doing?
The shift was instant. I felt it before I fully processed the words. That atmospheric change, the one you learn to recognize when you've lived inside it long enough.
Why are you eating my red sauce?
Her eyes were already wide, already locked. This is where silence would have saved me, but silence had never been my strength. I said it calmly, measured, even, with the kind of dry, smart-ass precision I've always used when I feel talked down to. Not loud, not aggressive, just pointed enough to land. Didn't you just tell them they didn't give you any red? I didn't finish the word, sauce. She moved faster than my brain could catch up. In one clean motion, she grabbed my burrito from my hands and swung it into the side of my head. Direct hit. Top left temple. No foil, no wrapper, just bare tortilla-on-skull violence. Time froze. I sat there, stunned, mouth open, arms suspended uselessly in the air. Sour cream slid down my neck in a slow, humiliating line. Steak fell into my lap. Guacamole splattered the floor, the chair, my shirt. Debris everywhere, like the aftermath of something absurd and violent colliding at once. She stood over me, breathing hard, not yelling, not apologizing, not saying anything at all, just rage. For several seconds, I didn't move. My head throbbed. My body lagged behind the moment, still trying to understand what had happened. I felt something else, too. Quieter, heavier. The internal evacuation of dignity. The part of you that packs its things and leaves without announcing itself. I wanted to yell, to throw something, to say anything. Instead, one thought cut through everything with absolute clarity. If I don't leave right now, this ends with police. So I stood up, slowly, carefully, burrito debris sliding off me in pieces, like emotional runoff. I didn't look at her. I didn't speak. I walked out. A few blocks away, I found a bar. Low lights, sticky floors, good gin. The kind of South Philly place where the jukebox still matters, and the regulars look like they've been occupying the same stools since the 90s, watching entire sports seasons and life cycles pass them by. It wasn't crowded, just enough people to remind me I wasn't alone. I ordered a gin and club with a lime and stared straight ahead like answers might be hiding in the ice. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't need to. I texted my friend Milton. She hit me with a burrito. The reply came almost immediately. That's disrespectful as fuck. He was right. But what unsettled me wasn't the absurdity of it. It was how quickly my mind began minimizing it. How easily the instinct kicked in to contextualize, to soften, to reframe. It was just food. She didn't mean it. It wasn't even the worst thing she'd done. Sitting there at the bar, ice melting into my drink, a recognition landed heavier than the burrito itself. Something I'd been resisting for months. The incident wasn't escalation. It was confirmation. I wasn't in love anymore. I was in survival mode. But when my phone buzzed with her apology, short, familiar, already sliding into the shape of reconciliation, I did what I always did. I went home. Not before stopping for another burrito. Extra red sauce, no violence included. Years later, my friends would turn it into a joke. Burrito Gate. Emojis. Similar situations in online headlines. Laughter that felt earned only because we'd survived it. But that night, there was nothing funny about it. It wasn't the burrito. It was the moment I realized how far my internal barometer had shifted, how much I'd already normalized, how much worse things had been and would get, and how quietly I'd accepted a life built around anticipating impact. The burrito wasn't the end. It was the last excuse running out. You've been listening to a short excerpt from Song of Sovereign by Michael L. Harris, coming to bookshelves in 2026.